Hey guys, today I was able to achieve a very interesting goal, and I was able to achieve this goal thanks to one very important thing, which is called connections. But not the typical type of connections, not as if, hey, I have connections, let me get you an information that you need, but by creating a real connection with people. And we sometimes forget how important it is to be able to really create amazing connections, and understanding that people by their nature are seeking that create connections and seeking to connect to people who are just like themselves. So we are always trying to match with people like us. I've been a graphic designer since I remember myself. I was very young when I actually started being a graphic designer. I used to be the one of the main design editors of the Israeli version of People magazine back at the time. And later on, I was working as the American designer for the biggest Israeli newspaper. That's how I started. I'm talking about 20 years ago. But it was always very important for me to keep the design under my umbrella, my hands, because I really clearly knew what I'm trying to convey. And I'm sure you know by now that an image has a very powerful impact when it comes to the way that our brain perceives it. And when you want to submit a message, it has to be using a lot of different elements, and color and design and lines is one of these elements. We'll go in depth about it on a different time. But I'm going through a lot, and I'm trying to rebuild myself and rebuild some kind of a company lately. So I was very lucky to see some kind of an ad on Facebook as I was, scrolling on Facebook, and it was talking about some kind of a boot camp that was very affordable. It was less than $50 to sign up to a boot camp that will help you talk about fundraising for your company, for the startup company that you're building. I signed up for that, and I was very sure that I'm going to be taking advantage of it and using as much as I can from that boot camp and learning, but mostly trying to get new connections from like-minded people that are like me, that are trying to maybe raise money right now or create or establish some kind of a startup company. And I was able to do that big time. So they created a Facebook group for this boot camp, and I was very happy to give my own approach to a lot of the members of that group as the Mentalizer, as someone who knows a little bit more about the way that the human mind works, and the subtle touches that can really help them sharpen their message. And luckily for me, people really appreciated it, and they reached out to me, and I created a few connections. And here we go back. You see, connections. You give some of your own input by really wanting to help others succeed, and you get that back. And one of these people, I spoke to them today. We created a Zoom call, and I was talking to them. And somehow, even after we stopped discussing the boot camp information that we wanted to talk about, we reached to a point where he told me, listen, I just finished working on the design of what I'm building, and the designer I took is actually in Indonesia. And I said, can I see his work? Because I love designing, and I'm a designer myself. And he showed it to me, and I was pretty much overwhelmed. I said, oh my God, the colors he used are perfect for the message that you're trying to convey. The fonts he chose are the perfect fonts. The design, the setup, the setting, everything was just perfect. And I said, I'm doing all the design myself right now for my project, and I think that this guy can actually be a good deal for me because he knows exactly what to do. And I always wanted to get a designer to do it for me, because I want to spend more time on creating content for you guys, getting back to shooting some more of my lessons, and doing other things that will really help grow, my life and my business. And the fact that I need to do a lot of the design myself is taking a lot of my time. But hiring a graphic designer, a UI UX designer, where I'm at, costs over $100,000 a year. That's the average salary. If you go online, you Google it, you'll see that's the average salary, $100,000 a year, which of course is something that I cannot afford at this moment in time, because I'm rebuilding my entire life and trying to get this startup company that I'm focused about. And I asked him, so how much does he charge? I mean, it looks like he's such a professional. I mean, if I need to hire someone like him, it's gonna cost me so much money. And he's like, well, it wasn't too much money. It was literally a portion of what you would pay here. And I said, where is he from? And he said he's from Indonesia. And then I looked up graphic designer, UI UX designer in Indonesia. Right now I looked it up on Google. And I see that the average salary is literally $5,000 a year. Now, not because you're taking advantage of someone in Indonesia, just because their cost of living and their entire economy is different. I have friends in India that a lot of you are making, $10,000 a year, and you're very happy with that because the cost of living and the cost of, rent and food and transportation is much cheaper than in other countries where it's so expensive, like in Europe, even Israel, in America. So basically what's happening is that there's some kind of this win-win situation, right? I can hire a designer to really help me by taking away the time that I'm spending on this project, which my time is very expensive for the company, because if I can do something that is worth 10 times more of what I can pay someone else who I trust and I believe that can really contribute to my corporation, then I'm winning big times. I always have to think, what is my value, hourly, monthly, annually value for what I'm doing, and what is someone else's value. So if I can actually use my time to create things that will be more meaningful, value-wise, and value, by the way, is not always money, right? It doesn't have to be money value. It could be time-saving value. For an example, I'm just throwing it out of my mind. Like, for an example, if there is a task that I can teach someone to do, and I know that it's going to take them a full day to do that, but I know that because I have the experience and the knowledge, I can accomplish this task in 1 hour. Value-wise, I'm getting so much more done because I was able to complete that task for that 1 hour. However, if, for an example, my 1 hour is worth the company something much bigger, if I do a different task, then I cannot dedicate myself, even though I save that time for someone else. At the bigger picture, the company and the big process that we're trying to achieve is actually losing. And he told me, I just finished the project and the guy just finished working and he's free to work. And I'm like, can I hire him full time? And he's like, well, let me reach out to him and ask. And he reaches out to him, and then I'm getting a text message and say, hi, Ehud, my name is, yada, yada, yada. I just got your information and I would love to start working for you full time for literally a portion of what I would ever have to pay if I would have to hire a local designer. And based on the work that he did with my person that I just met, by creating this connection that I didn't even think will end up providing something that will save me so much time and give me so much. Now, we will see in the next few weeks how this guy's doing, and I hope he's going to do a great job like he did with this new guy that I met. But I'm just, shooting this video for you guys to make you understand how connections are so important by creating them, and not by saying, hey, I have connections because I know this and this and that, but literally understanding that from every communication that you're having with anyone in the world, doesn't matter who that person is, you can learn, you can gain, you can achieve something. And if you just put your mind to it and you say, okay, I just met this person, no matter if I find them boring. Let's say you met someone and you're like, oh my God, that person is so boring, I'm not going. No, you just met this person because this person has some kind of a task for you or a gift for you in their entire destiny. And this is why you met them. Because everything happens for a reason, and we know how all this energy that surrounds us and is all over the place is literally an energy that tries to make the world a better place, make us grow, make everything evolve. The word is evolve. We're trying to keep on evolving, right? So this evolving energy will always bring people to us, or we will bring ourselves to people, even if we don't know why. We should trust that evolving energy to understand that there is a reason why we are being pulled into certain people, and they will give us some kind of a gift. So I do think that by spending a lot of hours lately on designing, on coming up with, different, variations, and really spending a lot of time on doing that, I'll be able to delegate this to someone else at a fraction of the price. And this fraction of the price is not me saying, yay, I just made so much by saving so much. No. It's just the right person at the right time in my right budget, because this is what I can afford doing right now. So this is why I'm very happy about this. This is why I wanted to share this little thing that happened to me. And I hope that you will take it to some places with yourself. So again, even if you met someone that looks so boring or looks so different than you, he's the complete opposite. You're this cool guy and he's like this nerd. You're this beautiful blonde girl and this guy, you agree to go on a date with him, and you think to yourself, oh my God, I'm gonna be so bored. I'm just giving you those random, examples that come to my mind immediately, just because I watch TV sometimes, unfortunately. But look at that person, look them in the eyes, and ask yourself, without asking them, don't say to them, what is your gift for me today? What is the evolving energy of the universe sent you to give me today? Don't say that, because they will just stand up and walk away and say, what is this crazy person? Look into their eyes and ask yourself, deep inside, what are they here to give me? There's something that either they want to give me or I need to give them today that will make this evolving energy achieve greater good in the continuation of the expanding of the universe into a better place. So think about it. You know how I merge this marketing and business stuff into the spirituality concepts that I put. This is just because this is what I'm going through right now. It might be a little bit surprising, a little bit uncomfortable at times for some of you, but I would love to hear your thoughts. Please hit the subscribe if you're not my fan already. Write some comment below. Let me know if you met someone in the past few days that gave you a gift as a part of the evolving energy of the universe, and I would love to hear. So until then, see you soon, guys.